I think he would do it all over again because he was proud to serve the country that he loved, and he was, in a sense, protecting his family from the war being here by serving our nation and our country in a foreign land. And I think he would do it all over again, and I understood what was going on. We were planning to wait until he was drafted and did his tour to be married, but when he actually got drafted, we started talking and decided we would get married when he finished his basic and AIT training, and that's what we did. He was drafted in April and we were married in September of 1969. I was home that day. I had had the flu or something, was sick, and I was home and my mother was there, and we got a telegram that said that my husband had been wounded in action. It gave no details. We did not know if limbs were missing or exactly what had happened, but that he was wounded in action, and it was almost 3 weeks before we knew that the nature of his wounds. He did not lose any limbs. He was in the hospital in Saigon, Vietnam. Actually had surgery on the field where he was wounded because his lungs collapsed, and he would have died without that surgery. So they did that surgery on the battlefield and then put him in a hospital, and from there in a couple of weeks he went to Tokyo, Japan, where he was able to recover somewhat and was even able to walk around, because I remember him going to see a John Wayne movie, and he said, I didn't know what they were saying because it was in Japanese. We had just laid down to go to sleep and a plane came over, and the sound of the plane must have made him have a flashback to Vietnam, and he thought the enemy was there, and he started like slinging his arms and trying to get out of bed, and I didn't realize what was going on until I turned the light on, and I saw the look in his eye, and we had to rush him to the hospital to get a shot to calm him down because he was having a flashback. He thought he was back in Vietnam on the battlefield and that the enemy was attacking. When he wanted to talk about it, and I did wait until he was ready to talk about things that had happened, that I listened, and then he had much support from his family regarding that also. So he was able to talk about it. Sometimes he would talk a little while and he'd say, I don't want to remember that, you know, but I would listen. So I felt like I helped him in that respect. We talked a lot about how he coped. He loved things, he loved hunting. He did not hunt for several years after he came back from Vietnam, but when he got back into hunting, I have a picture here on my refrigerator of a deer he was very proud of getting the kill. And he liked to eat the deer meat, but he loved the sport of hunting. He loved golf. He was a very outgoing person, and I think that helped him deal with the ramifications of the war.